Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to bake a basic bread loaf. This recipe is extremely easy to do, and the recipe also yields a very soft bread, as you can see from here. It uses a Tangzhong starter, which I'm going to show you how to make. It is very simple, so stay on. To make a Tangzhong starter, we need 20 grams of bread flour and 100 grams of water. We need to cook it over a stove on your lowest fire. Keep stirring until it thickens to form a pudding-like texture. As you can see now, it has thickened and it will soon form like a pudding. So we keep them aside, set it aside on a bowl and let it cool down completely before you use it. Once it has cooled down, we can start working our dough. 300 grams of bread flour, sieve it, 30 grams of sugar, 1 teaspoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 small egg, the entire Tangzhong starter, 70 grams of milk, and we start mixing on low. After mixing for about 5 to 10 minutes, check your dough to see whether it has formed some resistance. My dough here is ready, as you can see, so I can put in my butter now. 25 grams of unsalted butter, put it in batches. This is my second one. And third. Scrape down your sides every now and then so that your dough can mix evenly. Continue kneading until nothing sticks to the bowl. Stop the machine and we check for window pane. Now this window pane, as you can see, is still weak as there are holes there, right? It tears easily. So what we'll do is we add in additional 10 grams of milk little by little. Not the whole thing, but little bit by little bit. Continue mixing. Add in a little bit more milk and continue kneading. And now we check for the window pane again. As you can see, it has formed, but it is still weak and it's not really elastic yet. Pop it back in and we add on the milk gradually. Now the aim is to use up the entire 10 grams of additional milk slowly, not all at once but gradually. And now we stop to check for the window pane again. As you can see, the window pane is stronger now. It's more elastic, but we need to further strengthen the dough. So this time, take it out, roll it into a ball like this. Place it in the mixer and cover it with a cloth and let it rest for 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes, let's check on our dough. You can see now the window pane now is much stronger. It is more elastic, it doesn't get torn easily, it doesn't break easily. You can stretch it and pull it. It is really strong now, and this is what we want. Now set the dough aside and let's prepare our baking tin. This is a Pullman tin of 450 grams of capacity. It is a non-stick baking tin. And now we'll work on our dough. Gently roll our dough upwards and downwards like this. Pull the sides at the top and bottom to form a rectangle. Continue rolling, front and back, like this. Now, do not roll your dough wider than your baking tin. The dough width should be smaller than the baking tins. start rolling downwards like a Swiss roll, like this, and we place it in our baking tin. Next, we prove it in the oven for 1 hour with a hot water bowl below. Do not set temperature on your oven. After 1 hour, ensure your dough has risen to 90% of the tin height like this. It's now all fat and beautiful. See? So beautiful, right? Next, we give it a milk wash like this. You can use fresh milk, UHT milk, full cream milk. Just gently give it a milk wash. Be careful not to press on your dough too hard. And then we bake our dough in our preheated oven of 170 Celsius for 40 minutes on the second lowest rack. Our bread is done! Isn't it beautiful? Look at the color and the smoothness of the top. So beautiful. So to unmold it is very simple. Just slide it down like this. Yeah. Now we leave the bread to cool down completely on a cooling rack before we slice it up. And to slice it, we use a bread knife like this. Now when your bread has completely cooled down, it is much easier to slice, as you can see here. So make sure your bread is cooled down before you start slicing. I get about 12 slices each loaf. This is a standard loaf size in the 450 grams capacity baking tin. This bread is soft as it uses a Tangzhong starter. It remains soft for 3 days or more if you keep it in an airtight container. So always keep your bread in an airtight container. Now a good loaf of bread will also have good oven spring like this. Oven spring is how much the dough has risen in the oven. My family loves homemade breads. As you can see here, my kids are the happiest whenever I bake breads. Hope you have enjoyed my tutorial for today. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.